brother, and good morning to your listeners.
I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, we are managing.
First, let me ask why Utag decided to lend its voice to the issues of mining.
Yeah, thank you once again for having me. I think the issues of mining affect everybody. It doesn't discriminate whether you are a Utag member or you are a member of the Ghana Health Service or you are a soldier, whatever you are, it affects everybody. And so we thought that it's important we also add our voice to the call for decisive action.
And explain to me which action you want, because when I read your the heading of your statement, you seem to be specific because you are saying for gold and other minerals in forest reserves, farms, and rivers. Now, these 3 areas. Yet, in your third paragraph, you are saying all form of small-scale mining must be banned immediately. Explain to us exactly what are you asking for?
We are simply asking for a ban in mining, small-scale mining, and prospecting. And we know that these happen primarily in the forest reserves, in the water bodies, and on the farmland. So we believe that the way to go is to place a ban on these activities, and we'll get back to the drawing board, figure out what exactly has to be done to ensure that we do not continue to destroy the environment the way we did it. And so that is what we want. We want a complete ban. It has happened before. In 2017, we had a complete ban on small-scale mining. And that is the nature of ban we are looking for.
Like you said, it has happened before. It didn't yield the results we expected. Why do you believe that doing it this time around will yield that result?
That is not entirely correct. The ban yielded the needed results we wanted. During that period, our water bodies became clean. During that period, our environment or the rate of destruction of our environment was, very, very slow. During that period, cocoa production picked up. Corn production picked up. So it is what happened after the ban that led us to where we are. But the ban definitely yielded results. And that is why we are thinking that ban it and we get that result and review whatever strategies that we put in place after the ban that has failed and see whether even there is a need to even mine these minerals. Because at the end of the day, I think that our forefathers and whosoever bequeathed these things to us were better off when these minerals probably were buried underground and they had their water to safe water to drink, they had their food to eat, they could eat their contaminant, all the rest of that without any fear of, being poisoned and the rest of it. And so until such a time that we really can be very sure that the measures will lead to some kind of sanity, we are better off not doing it at all. And so we believe that the results that we had during that ban is something that is worth having, and we should have the ban.
You clearly are confident that that ban did work?
For sure, it worked.
Because
the ban worked. What happened after the ban that is what didn't work. But as for the ban, at least we had. You can attest to the fact that some of the water bodies cleared during that period. The turbidity and all the whatever, they cleared. They regained some level of their nature before we got back to this again.
How long do you want the ban you're proposing to be in place?
as long as we are unable to figure out how to do this sustainably.
So the plan is to allow us to figure out how to do this sustainably without affecting the environment and agriculture.
Correct.
Huh. And you want this ban to be placed by who?
There are people who have the authority to grant people licenses and what have you, and to allow them to mine. So those flock with those authorities should be the people to place the ban. Stay on those, exercising those authorities and just say, okay, no licenses, no mining. It has happened before. I mean, we had the ban 5 or so years ago, 2017. Who placed that ban? So whoever had that responsibility, our institutional arrangements and constitutional provisions should take that action.
I'm asking because the last time we placed the ban, we're clear in our mind that we use the period to perhaps put things in a certain way. When we lifted the ban, we're sure that we'll get a grip on the situation. We introduced community mining, among others. Those activities are now said to be the ones causing the problem still. So what will change this time around to ensure that we do not place a ban and go back to the same situation?
So it means that the guidelines and the strategies that we put in place, we got it wrong. And should we continue to allow it, proceed unabated because we got it wrong? I don't think that is the way to go. The way to go is that they definitely have some loopholes in whatever strategy that we came out with that is not working. And that's why we are of the firm belief that even if it gets to that point that we are unable to come out with any strategy that can make this be done sustainably, we should stop it. We should stop it entirely. Is it not? Why can't we survive without Galamsey? There are countries without gold reserves, they are surviving. And there are even countries with gold reserves that are not mining. They are surviving. There are other ways that we can survive. So why can't we do that? If we require not mining those minerals because of the destruction that is bringing to our livelihoods, why not? We can proceed and not mine at all.
And this morning, one of the newspapers is reporting that a deputy, so this is the Anchor newspaper, says government will not ban responsible small-scale mining. Minister assures calls for a collective action to protect water bodies. So clearly, it seems government is not in the mood to say those I've given licenses to, who I feel are doing the right thing. There's no need to ban them. How do you respond to that?
What is responsible small-scale mining when we are where we are? Because, what are the indicators of responsible small-scale mining? And where we are? You see, the truth is that illegal small-scale mining is illegal. It's already banned. Correct?
Yes.
Right. So now the difficulty is those who claim to be doing the legal small-scale mining are the still of it. And it becomes very difficult to distinguish, especially on the field in terms of operations, who is doing legal or illegal. The best thing or the way to go is that it shouldn't just happen. So that if you see anybody happen, there is no question of whether you have papers or you don't have papers. And look at how our regulatory frameworks work. You appear and somebody appears with papers, I have this to prospect and all that, the person is mining, destroying the environment. And whosoever is supposed to enforce at that particular instance would not have, how will the person be able to verify immediately whether these papers are genuine or not genuine? So the way to go is look, Francophone, let's go back to what we did in 2017. Ban it completely. Do a broader stakeholder engagement. I mean, we shouldn't do this bookies kind of engagements and all that. Let's figure out. Let's think. We have to do something different. You can't be doing a business as usual approach and expect different results. What led us to that ban? And after the ban, the way of enforcement of whatever Ghana came out with it's still the business as usual approach. So you don't expect that it is going to be effective and change everything. So we need to think outside the box. We need to have sort of broader stakeholder engagement on these matters.
I want to conclude by asking you. You said in your statement, in fact, that the fight against Galamsey has been described as failed and corruption-infested militarized battles. To enforce your ban, we need those militarized battles. Can you trust the same people who you say have failed to enforce that ban?
Well, unfortunately, we do not have a choice than to rely on the military and the security forces. And we will continue to trust them to do what is right and to know that their loyalty is to the country and not to individuals, politicians, or influential members of society. And so we believe that they have learned their lessons, and they did it before in 2017. And we believe that they can still do it. Of course, there will always be some people who don't do things according to the code of conduct and the ethics of the profession. But we believe that the majority of our security forces are ethical and they are committed to the cause of Ghana, and definitely will do what is right.
Now, I said that was my last question, but I was also wondering, what time frame, when do you expect this ban to be placed, and what happens if you are ignored?
Well, I think we expect that this be done as we said, immediate, as soon as practicable. We know that there are some processes that have to be followed, and we are hoping that by the end of the month, this should be done. As to what happens if we are ignored, I think we'll get back to our members. Our members have already communicated that they are ready to go the full length to ensure that, work with other unions such as the Ghana, the Ghana Medical Association, the nurses and midwives, and other like-minded associations to see how we can at least get the right thing done to suit all of us.
But for you as someone who actively trains people who go into agriculture, this must be worrying for you.
It's very worrying. And you see, and one thing that is coming out is that we are beginning to see these young people and venturing into the agricultural space, the agribusiness space, and all that. And unfortunately, their efforts are also being hampered by these activities. And we think that something decisive has to be done. And we trust that the authorities have what it takes to take that drastic decisions and get the results that we all desire.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof, for speaking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Professor Mamudu Akodogo is National President of Utag. Of course, they've indicated strongly that if this is not done by the end of the month, they will take action. And they will do it in collaboration with, don't forget, the Ghana Medical Association has issued a strong statement condemning